Cancer remains one of the leading causes of morbidity in the country. To avoid such major illness, one should always take precaution and invest in their health. After all, prevention is still better than cure. So to further improve the health situation in the country, particularly in the fight against cancer, the country's leading insurance company partnered with the health sector to come up with a cancer registry system that will help both patients and doctors alike. Illness can come into our lives like a thief in the night, catching us off guard and burdening us with a harsh reality that our lives have now been put in great peril without any warning. 53-year-old Jojo Flores never knew that he'd be afflicted with a major illness like cancer. What started as a swollen tongue back in 2008 eventually turned for the worse as he was diagnosed with tongue cancer.
I was on a business trip in the US in January 2009 when my tongue was already very swollen. I already had difficulty speaking.
After consulting his doctor, Jojo was advised to have his tongue surgically removed and undergo cancer treatment.
I lost my tongue due to cancer, 90% of my tongue, almost everything.
Just like Jojo, Rose Ambrosio's life suddenly changed the moment she noticed that she had a lump on her left breast.
Napakaliit lang niya talaga, pero palpable siya na nararamdaman ko siya. So, nag-consult ako sa doctor. Nung pinagawa naman yung breast ultrasound, unremarkable yung findings. So, tinanong ko siya, Dok, ano pong gagawin natin doon sa bukol? Tatanggalin ba natin or may kailangan ba akong inumin para mawala siya? Sabi niya, hindi daw. I-observe lang daw.
Rose underwent observation for the next 2 years. Being a nurse by profession, Rose kept a close watch on her condition. Though her family had a medical history of having cysts, it still came as a shock to her that the lump eventually turned to cancer.
Ang mga nababasa ko lang, invasive, carcinoma. Ayun, so tas parang ako, teka lang, akin ba talaga to? So tiningnan ko yung pangalan. Kaso pangalan ko talaga yung nandun. So parang ako nung time na yun, in denial pa ako na. Ang worries mo kasi hindi lang mismo doon sa treatment pero yung magiging cost ng treatment.
What made her diagnosis even more difficult was that Rose had to face the news of having cancer alone, as her mother at that time was working as a domestic helper in Spain.
Kasi ang pagkasabi niya sa akin, agad-agad kailangan siyang operahan. Abay, teka, hintayin mo ko at ako'y uuwi. Kung siya'y ooperahan, wala namang mag-aalaga sa kanya sa ospital.
Right after hearing the news, Amor flew back to the Philippines to be with her daughter, providing emotional and moral support for what could be the most difficult stage of Rose's life. Though Rose's surgery was successful, she still needed to undergo chemotherapy. Yet her woes didn't end there.
I was on tamoxifen for maintenance meds. I was about to take that for 5 years. Pero nakaka 3 years pa lang po ako, napansin ko po na may bukol ulit. Ayun, nag-biopsy po ulit kami and then nag-positive ulit siya. So nagkaroon ako ng local recurrence. I had to start all over again. Nag-surgery po ulit kami ng January 2018.
Battling cancer is never easy for those suffering from it, leaving one with permanent scars, both physically and emotionally.
Parang mas malaki yung risk na pwedeng madama yung kabilang breast. So sabi ni doktora, isabay na din natin. Ayun talaga yung isa sa mga iniyak ko kasi kung magkakabibi ako, gusto ko sana mag-breastfeed. Medyo nawala na sa akin yung kakayahan na yun ngayon.
While for Jojo, the removal of his tongue due to cancer had now made it impossible for him to intake and enjoy food like regular people.
I no longer have the ability to chew. So all my food intake must be blended. That was my major challenge in life after surgery.
Cancer still remains as one of the leading causes of death in the world. Here in the Philippines, cancer remains a national health priority, being the third leading cause of morbidity and mortality in the country.
If you look at the DOH website, they will say that number 3 is cancer. It is one of those diseases that you'd really rather not get a diagnosis of because it's almost like a death sentence, but we can change that.
Like all diseases and illnesses, early detection and prevention is better and cheaper than cure. But here in the country, cancer still remains a prevalent problem. One reason is the lack of an existing cancer registry, which can make it easy for medical professionals to address such urgent and pressing health concerns.
Unfortunately, we have to admit that there is great fragmentation, where the people who have these kind of diseases may not necessarily have ready access to urbanized tertiary healthcare center where these facilities are located. And that's precisely why we want to address this by bringing to light certain disparity and also highlighting an outcome through a cancer registry.
Seeing the need and importance of having a centralized registry in the fight against cancer, one of the country's leading insurance companies partnered with multiple stakeholders in the health sector in coming up with web-based cancer registry called the Alpha Initiative.
The Alpha Initiative, or the Alliance for Philippines Health and Advocacy, is the third pillar in Philam Foundation's core programs. This is the pillar that will deliver on our health advocacy. This was inspired actually by the new value proposition of our mother company, Philam Life, which has endorsed or has given great emphasis on helping Filipinos live healthier, longer, better lives.
With Alpha, the first thing that we did was to partner naman with Cancer Care Philippines. They have a hospital-based, web-based cancer registry. So our support is to make sure that this web-based cancer registry can be expanded to as many hospitals as possible. Bakit? Kasi the more hospitals who will be into it, the more information or data that we can gather about cancer, which is very important in understanding what the disease is all about. If we know the enemy and if we know ourselves, we can win a lifelong battle against cancer.
Launched in December 2017, the Alpha Initiative of one of the country's leading insurance companies aims to address the health challenges faced by Filipinos, particularly with cancer, through data-driven and evidence-based health advocacies and projects. Partnering with different stakeholders in the health sector, the project established a hospital-based cancer registry program in the country with a goal of gathering data of cancer in the Philippines.
How do we win against cancer? By understanding what it is all about, from its root causes to its management and ultimately, in making sure that it doesn't really afflict a lot of people.
Being healthy always starts with us taking good care of our own body. And being at the forefront of promoting financial security and literacy, it came as second nature for the insurance company to also give priority in helping improve the health situation in the country through their commitment on helping Filipinos live healthier, longer, and better lives with projects such as the Alpha Initiative.
It gives us the opportunity to have evidence-based advocacies because as we gather the data, the more clear the picture will be in terms of the cancer situation in the country. The registry will show that breast cancer is still top in the country. Then we will know that in terms of priority, we should focus on getting more information out on breast cancer, how to prevent, how to address.
Together with its partners in the health sector, one of the leading insurance companies in the country through the Alpha Initiative is a reflection of all stakeholders in addressing the protection gap in the country. By giving importance in the fight against one of the leading causes of morbidity and mortality in the country. After all, the fight against something as big as cancer is not a task that the government can do alone.
We acknowledge the importance of public-private partnership. Kung may ganung partnership at tutulong sila sa Department of Health sa ginagawa natin sa grassroots, madali nating mapapalawak o mapopromote yung awareness campaigns, pati yung early screening.
By partnering with different stakeholders, the existing gaps in the Philippine healthcare system can be easily addressed and filled with the help of the resources of the private sector.
A data registry is very important because we need to know where we're at so that we can decide how to manage it, how to allocate resources to the more important diseases we have. Also, we need to monitor how we're doing. You don't just need doctors. You need a lot of other players to help really bring proper focus.
The Alpha Initiative also hopes to promote health literacy, not only to those afflicted by major illnesses like cancer, but to every Filipino. After all, health will always be wealth.
Hopefully, this will now translate to better budget allocation. So we might identify that there is an oversupply of treatment in one area, but there are underserved area. So these things may surface later on, and we want to identify where we can intervene to make a better, healthy outcome for everybody.
Just this year, the insurance company has turned over a total of 1.5 million pesos to one of its partners to further sustain the initiative of the partnership's cancer registry.
Cancer care especially is going to be mainly community-based, and PhilAm is going to be our partner in reaching out to the Filipino because they also are promoting and they're also investing in their programs that lead to wellness and the healthy lifestyle.
Nagtutulungan kami with other associations, but this is really a call upon the others to put our act together so that we can make a difference in making the Philippines a much healthier country.
Having been able to survive cancer, both Jojo and Rose felt blessed after having a new lease in life. With Rose sharing to her loved ones the value of taking care of one's health, and Jojo, who is now actively involved in the cancer registry project of the insurance company and its partner stakeholders.
So when Dr. Santo asked me if I could join the organization about the partnership with Alpha, wow, I would be involved in something like this.
After kong ma-diagnose, ang feeling ko, mas nabuhay ako, mas na-enjoy ko yung life. Sa tingin ko, mahalaga na pag-ingatan natin yung kalusugan natin kasi maraming nagmamahal sa atin.
If we know the enemy and if we know ourselves, we can win a lifelong battle against cancer.
Partnerships between the government, the private sector, and communities bring endless possibilities, all for the betterment and progress of the nation. Join us again next week as we share more inspiring stories of communities and peoples whose lives have changed for the better. For comments, suggestions, and updates, do follow us on Facebook at Business Matters PH. I'm Pinky Webb, and this is Business Matters, where doing good is good business.